Alrighty.
Perfect.
Okay, I guess we'll call the meeting to order, and it's 6:39. And we'll just, everybody that's here, just please state your names. Loud enough for...
Julie Ramirez. Lynette Fetterspill. Taylor Pate.
Mickey Ball.
Catherine Yelton.
Missy Percent.
And Doug Thomasini. And we'll just...
Pledge allegiance.
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I thought y'all were swearing yourselves in.
Yeah, I am. I am.
In the school districts, they do it this way now.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah, that's why I was...
Yep. They don't do a hand on your heart anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
it's,
Something that changed, I guess, when Obama was president.
I don't know.
Interesting.
So one thing that we
remember my last year of
don't
school.
have, Doug, is, and I missed the first meeting, so maybe it was addressed then, but appointing committee members and what, is there a, like on a council, if you miss so many meetings, then you're removed?
Oh, no,
We didn't do any of that stuff?
No, we didn't do any of that.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
No. I
So-
guess we could,
Well, only because I wanted Taylor to be included.
yeah.
Okay, so, all right, go ahead.
But we can, well, I mean, we'll still let you talk. Oh, yeah. That's no problem. So
You're
don't
here.
worry about
Just here
that.
to help.
If,
You can
if
participate.
Lynette's person wants to, come in and everything, then we'll have the 7, so there's still be.
We need 5. That's all we need is 5. We can have as many
Well,
as we want.
We still have an odd number.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have as many as we can
Yeah,
get. Especially for
that
this
odd
That's
meeting.
what I agree with.
For Foster's.
Watch that odd comment.
Okay, so
Okay.
the number 3 is discuss and possible action on an option to address the temporary containment facility. Yeah, temporary containment facility.
Yes.
So I wanted to tell you one thing that's happening.
Did you get one of these?
Chris and Gus have been asked to go up to what has been referred to as the old Saws property. We're gonna have to come up with a new name for that. The way the land is situated out there, I don't want to waste a piece of paper.
I'll waste it. It goes like this.
Okay, you do it.
So this is 37. And then there's grass right there. So the fence line runs parallel, but then it juts out, over, back in, and then across. And it's got, if I remember correctly, a cement slab in it.
No, it does not.
Does not.
Not in there.
So that's what it looks
So what I've asked Chris and Gus to do is measure this and replicate it out here. And then we have fence material, we have posts, we have gates to create at least 2 runs, at least 2. And that would give us a very temporary way to contain an animal, because like the situation with the shepherd, Art,
Yeah, Art.
we didn't have anywhere to put him. I mean, people were busy with other things. We just
He
didn't
broke out
have a
of the
place
bathroom.
to put him, So
saw
that's
that.
kind of a temporary solution, and it shouldn't cost us any money because we have the materials.
And it's actually larger than you think when
It
they
is.
came back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, if they come out as far as it's in,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be 57 by 56 feet.
Wow.
That's pretty
over
good size.
2,000.
That's
So
a
we
good
could have more than
size,
2
yeah.
runs. Yeah. And they would strictly be just for somebody's called and Chris goes and picks up an animal and he just needs someplace to put it while we make an appointment with the vet and transport it over there. It's not long-term. It's not, in most cases, probably not overnight. There may be a situation where we pick it up late in the day and we don't have any option.
Right.
But it's a quick, easy, temporary facility. But then thinking more long-term, this is just an example of something that was on Facebook, and it's a 2-unit facility, and it's ready to go. You can pick it up, and I mean they'll deliver. In fact, I want to say he said deliver for free. And this one he said is $5,000. But he also said he can build them any way that we want them. This one is available to go look at over on Highway 16. I haven't been over there yet. But it was just an idea. It's not that it has to be this one. But the nice thing about this is you get the indoor,
Part 2.
yeah, you get the indoor part for an
The den.
overnight. And again, it would be temporary, but it could also be utilized. My thought was, just like with the parvo or with the, what's the heartworm or whatever, if we need to hold an animal in quarantine, let's say for rabies watch, that's 10 days. We could do this because the vet costs us a lot of money. And so what we're trying to do, the money that we're spending transactionally, if we spend it one time, then it would be much more cost effective. So this has a number of different uses, was kind of what I was thinking. So for the council meeting that's coming up on Thursday, what we're looking for is a recommendation to the council on what you think would be appropriate.
I like the idea.
Of which one? That one?
Of both. I mean, we have the stuff to do the containment at the Saul's property, but which isn't going to cost anything but really labor. And then this for quarantines.
Now, there are other units. We had, Doug, didn't we have something from
It's from Horizon.
Horizon Structures that was a 4-unit or?
Well, you can get them different sizes.
Yeah.
They'll build as big as you want.
Yeah.
Well, I think
the
we
worst part.
discussed at our last meeting, we really did not ever want to get bigger than 10. That would be
dogs
the
at a
max.
time.
No, 10 holding
Oh,
facilities.
10.
Because you could have like multiple puppies in one, but
Yeah.
that becomes a
Yeah.
lot to manage.
Yep.
Yeah, this facility or this containment here looks big enough to hold at least two to
Two
three.
good-sized dogs.
Yeah,
I
two
wonder
good-sized
what the other
So
dogs.
that's
size
what
looks-
y'all are
size looks like.
we are doing mostly dogs. We aren't getting
Right
any
now,
felines right now.
we're at dogs, but I will tell you, we need to look at cats too. So I've
Come
looked
hit my
at
street
some of
real
the,
quick.
I don't know what you call them, but it's like a,
We got, like,
Cat, it's
a
a
wall
cattery.
shelf, it's got-
It's a cattery.
yeah.
Yeah, cat. It's basically, I mean, they even have ones like these. I mean, they have ones that are like this, but it's completely closed off so that they just have like a window that they can look out. It's not like they're outside, and it's just they call it the cat room basically. It has the air conditioning. You can still clean it. You know, it's the filtration system, so you're not smelling the ammonia. There's like a cat door that goes out to an outer area with cat litter boxes. It would be kind of like a building like that. You could do is just a cat room.
Well, or we
So,
could buy just
If
like
we ever
a
ended up
portable
with cats,
building.
you could even turn one of the dog ones
I would
into.
advise a portable building and separate cat things
Yeah.
because it's not like
Away
you're
from
gonna
the
have.
dogs, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you're gonna have an absorbent amount of staff to handle all
Yeah.
the issues that are going to arise. So you need to be
Cats
able to
are
keep
hard.
a cat
It-
contained. That's it. Change its litter, feed it, and it needs to go.
Yeah.
wherever it's gonna go.
And-
Well, and the
Well, not
whole
only
point with
that-
the cats is to vet them, spay neuter, the trap neuter
them go.
release, so.
Right, and
Yeah.
you don't even really, for that,
Yeah.
all you need is a space for the trap to sit overnight, and then you re-release the cat, unless it's super
Unless-
friendly, it's
yeah.
adoptable. But the chances of that around this neighborhood, you're just basically doing TNR. They're
Yeah.
used to it, they're friendly. I haven't really picked up very
Or
many
young
sick
enough.
cats out here at all,
Yeah.
so.
A lot of the
Yeah.
people in the neighborhood though do take care of the cats. It's the babies.
Right.
I had a pregnant calico cat show up at my house underneath my patio, and I was like, "Oh, please don't have your babies underneath there because the chicken's gonna get you." So
The chicken's
please-
gonna get
please
you.
go.
And so I know that,
Chicken will attack.
I know
My-
that
my hen-
Alderman
my hen does
Tomasini's
not like
been
cats.
quite concerned about the budget
egg
piece
layer.
of it.
Yeah.
Of our 40,000 that was budgeted, we still have 37 available, so.
Okay.
We're okay on that, and I will tell you that I don't want to see any money carried over from this line. Because any money that we carry over affects our ability to maintain our tax rate next year.
Okay.
So we have a plan, we have a budget, we know what we need to do, so let's, and it's April, May, June, July, August, 5
Got
months
5 more months.
to figure everything out. So the reason I'm kind of pushing for this is it's a need that we have. We need a place to temporarily house these animals.
And it's not just housing. I mean, it's like Chris was here till almost
6:30 the
So
other
then you're
night.
paying overtime for employee to wait.
To
you
wait
know,
for
and-
something to
Whereas if
happen.
we had a facility, it wouldn't have been a rush for Michelle to come and get Art to hold him till the next day.
Till the next morning. And these dogs are living on the streets anyway, so they stay in an overnight
It's not
shelter.
a bad setup, and you're dealing with dogs that they don't know any better.
Yeah,
This
they're
is-
working.
It's a
That's true.
temporary. It's a temporary solution
Yeah,
to give us some relief out here.
yeah. And
Yeah.
we
It's
can,
not
we
a
can
bad-
work to expand and build the
Right.
facility as we
Right,
go.
but right now,
But right now, we have
We're
immediate.
operating on crisis mode, and you know,
Yeah.
every day I'm getting a text of where I'm going to place the dog, and I'm running out of options.
Yeah,
I need to have more time, so having some place to put them.
Gives you more time.
Gives me more
until
time.
Until we get
Well, until you get to
Over-
the
yeah, to
well,
the
to the
full-
grand
filled up.
plan of things.
Yeah.
but
Yes.
currently, it's a crisis.
I mean, we
every
have a
day,
lot of
every time
things-
the dog's picked up.
yeah, we're working to get the things done, it's just, we're kind of limited with what resources we have to work with.
And this, as Lynette said, this could be something that we could utilize if we can't find the, a foster or
Right.
for
Immediately.
for like
Right,
for
it'll be
like
useful,
another few days.
Right, it'll be useful once you do have the facility that you're striving for, still to have quarantine or a aggressive dog out there. So
Right.
it
See-
can still be utilized.
Right.
I may not be able to actually like have an animal at my place, but having a facility like that with
Yeah.
the time that I have when I'm done waitressing at Angelica's, sometimes I work nights, sometimes I work days. And I work Dollar General only during the daytime. I'm off by 3 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I can come and feed the animals,
Right.
wash out the bowls, clean the,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
paddock area for the night so that they're good till the next morning,
Right.
till whoever can come in the morning. Like I'm pretty flexible
I am too.
when I'm not at work, so I can
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
And
I am
that's,
too.
that's what we need. I mean, that helps out a lot, because it's just Chris.
Because I mean, anybody that's fostering, I mean, God, I love you for it.
Yeah. Well,
I did
and
it
we have-
myself for a while when I
And
lived
we
in
have
Willis.
some carriers, some cages. Maybe we need to buy a couple of more crates, Certainly we need,
Tony Garcia brought another one, a huge one.
Really?
Another crate that looks like the traps, but it's not a trap.
It's not a trap.
So it's wider than the
Yeah.
traps.
Yeah.
that's
But
good.
really large.
Like for art.
Yeah.
Would've worked
Yeah,
for art.
Art was huge,
Honestly,
wasn't he?
I mean, you can post stuff in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody that's leaving old animal stuff, bring it. Dog beds, bring it. They're washable.
Yeah.
I've
You
seen
clean
a
them.
few.
If they're in
yeah.
good condition, clean them.
Catherine-
Even blankets. It's just.
Catherine
I put a
posted.
request
Yeah.
in.
Okay, back on track.
Sorry,
Okay,
my bad.
Okay.
So we're talking about temporary containment facilities. So what I thought I heard people say is that what we're asking Chris and Gus to do on the old property up there is, it's a great,
A great idea.
Yes.
and we were thinking about putting cable runs just to keep them from digging out
And to keep them from fighting.
and to keep
Yeah,
them from
that's
fighting.
true. Yeah.
Well, okay, so my issue with that is if they're going to be there unattended,
Jump the fence.
They can hang themselves.
Okay, that won't work.
but I mean, if you let me look at what's there, because I mean, I can help him after he lays out what's there and dividing the partitions, because you don't want to mix dogs, especially since he doesn't know how to assess if that dog's going to get another dog, and they're supposed to, don't want to
Right.
make another dog sick. But we can come up with something so it's divided so they can't see each other. And you don't need a lot of room for the
Right.
dog to hold overnight.
Right.
So that seems pretty big. I don't,
And you don't have to cover a whole lot of,
And if
The
it's,
fence.
if it's
Right.
too
3 feet
big,
down.
maybe we don't need to duplicate what the inset is. Maybe we just use that area, maybe
Where
that's
is that
just.
inset part?
So if you came in off Priest Road and you're going up towards the water tanks and everything, it's on the right. And if you look at the property markers on the survey that was done, it shows it goes out like this, comes back down. I have no idea why it was
I mean,
set
it's
up that way.
ideal for a building to
And
just
it's already,
go in there.
the whole property is fenced, so it'd be just another couple more posts and a gate, and we've got all that.
And what I would ask the guys to do is which part that we don't build, that they go back into the part that's already built and bury some like chicken wire or something.
Yeah, I was
Like,
telling,
dig out.
Yeah, and then when they build the
Exactly.
rest of the fence, they do the
Or cinder
same.
blocks are good too.
well, I was telling her in Houston what I did was, and I found that when I was cleaning out that shed over the weekend, it's about this wide, probably about this wide, and they call it landscape fabric, but it's not fabric, it's metal. And it's got maybe that size square. and you dig down about 4 or 5 inches and you lay it flat, then you put the dirt back on top. You got to make sure that you bend the ends because this is what happens. It's very sharp. But when they start digging and their paws hit that, they stop.
Sure,
So
it's
it keeps them from getting, and it's wide enough that it would straddle, you would have it
Both
like this,
sides.
and then you'd have
The fence
the
straddling.
fence straddling it.
Yeah.
And it's very, very inexpensive stuff. I think I paid $30 for a 50-yard roll or something. It was
That would
ridiculously
work
cheap.
too, yeah.
Okay, so, so we talked about that. What about something like this?
Sure.
You think this,
Julie and I were just talking, maybe, my concern is the chain link that tears, so like a dog like Art, I'm pretty sure he'll bend that away. And then make sure we look and make sure that the wood flooring is treated so we can wash away any contaminated
And I wonder if
stuff.
that's actually wood or if it's like the.
I think it's probably like that plastic.
Plastic.
Is that plastic?
That's what I was
plastic
wondering.
stuff,
There's
yeah.
the same
Yeah.
wood, the plastic wood.
Yeah, that's what
It
I'm
looks
thinking.
like
It
wood,
looks
but
like,
it's not.
Right.
which is fine.
and so instead of chain link, what would you suggest?
Well, welded, like instead of that, it's the welded fencing.
Okay,
Like
only
cattle
because you-
panels or something?
not
Or
quite that
what?
big.
Not that
Rabbit.
big. I'm trying to pull
Kinda
it
like
up. I'll
rabbit.
send you the picture if I can get it to pull up the internet's not working in here.
Here, you can use my phone.
Something a rabbit wouldn't be able to chew through.
A rabbit. We're not going to catch rabbits. Sorry.
We're not.
No, I'm
No.
just saying because
No
the street,
rabbits.
It's Easter time,
the
you
metal
know?
that you used to build a rabbit cage.
We're
is-
gonna
That's what
be-
I was thinking,
We're gonna
yeah.
be
Yeah, that's what I
chasing
said.
rabbits and chickens
Or they call
or
it
chicks
chicken
for a
Goat,
while.
they call it goat.
It's goat.
fence-
How
Goat
was it?
fencing.
I
I
think
can't
so, yeah.
remember. My grandfather used to use it for the chickens and the pigs, and
I wish I could see the other
they
side
could
of
lean
this
on it, and the
building.
fence wouldn't bend.
Yeah, I wish.
Well,
wish
it doesn't
too.
have the backside
stay.
showing.
I would like to see this
It
side.
looks
because
like-
How are you going to, so like the other ones that we were looking at Horizon
I'm from
Structures?
Willis Seguin
Had a
area out in the
3-foot
middle of
walkway
nowhere, so-
inside.
Okay, so what about this? So what about instead of like that, something like that?
Well, that's a heck of a lot cheaper.
Oh, I like that too.
But is it indoor, outdoor, or is that?
Yeah,
just-
it's metal.
outdoor. Are you gonna put an air conditioner in that indoor
No.
thing?
No.
No.
No. So
Oh, I thought we would have to, wouldn't we?
You don't
not,
have anything,
not for a
Temporary.
temporary.
if anything
Oh.
during the summer, like just put a misters out.
Or
It's
baby
cheap.
pools.
Or a baby
Yeah,
pool.
baby
little
pools.
Cheap little baby pools.
So,
Yeah.
Doug,
land. That'd be
something
fine.
like this one right here on your right.
What would the floor look
Oh,
like?
sorry. Yeah.
It'd be probably the.
Well, it's
Honestly, most people
I mean,
outside
it's
outdoor
out
kennels
on the
use
ground,
pea gravel.
and-
It's easy to rake and clean.
If
And
anything,
at that price, you could get
can put
quite a
a
few
cement
of them.
small, like if you're gonna put like that space,
We
you can
have-
put cement slabs on for each one if people are freaking out about them being in the dirt.
Well, we have.
That way they're
we
raised
have
up
a
off
cement slab place for. We have a cement slab that has place for that, so we could use that.
Yeah,
have
I
to
mean those
anchor
just
it to
pop
it.
up and they fold up down.
But is there enough room to put like a bed for or something for them to lay on?
you put so. Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they have. Have you? They have those at
Description.
ACS outside. That's what they have the dogs in
That's
when they're
big enough
trying
to
to
hold
advertise instead of having to walk all the way
one or
back into the kennels.
two.
They have those set up all over the property, and they have a bed
One,
and water,
okay.
and there's room
Perfect.
for them to walk around and poop
A
over
mom and
here,
pop.
and their bed's over here.
Okay.
I mean, and it's temporary.
It is temporary.
It's
We're not
not
talking long-term
Gonna be
housing.
their whole life, right?
So,
Here's your home.
Alderman Thomasini, would you have a concern about the waste?
Well, you know, if you read the state laws, they're pretty strict about it. Yeah.
About as far as like cleaning it up or where you rinse it down.
I don't know. You have to
About how
explain.
it's picked up or where it's thrown away. I don't
Well,
know. So
every-
you have to
all
tell
of
me.
it, yeah, all of it.
Well, it can be bagged and
There's rules
trashed.
for all of it. Well, the liquid waste you can't do.
No,
that,
that's true.
But they pee on the street.
They pee on the
They pee
streets.
somewhere.
Again, it's temporary.
It is temporary. It's not.
Right, at ACS, they don't, when the kennels they have outside, there's drains in the sidewalk, but as far as like the fecal waste, they just pick it up and put it in you have to have a separate bin for poop.
Yeah.
But as far as like,
maybe each kennel needs to have like a
and you have
drain
to, we have to
system
have a
to wash
When
it
we,
out.
well, when
like,
we
the kennel
build a
disinfectant
facility,
to clean it.
yeah.
The thing is that, like I said, some places they do the pea gravel on the ground instead
Okay,
of the cement.
puppy pads
And it
solves the whole problem.
Yeah, right.
We'll just
Until
do
they
pea
tear,
pads.
until they tear it up. And then you've got that white stuff all over the place.
Doesn't the pea
That I'm
gravel, the
paying
pea
for.
gravel supposedly, I think, sucks up the urine into the rock?
right, but
And
you
all
need
you
to be
have to
able to
do-
clean it after each.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they do it with like water hose and rake and it rinses out. I don't remember
But
how
that's
that
not gonna
worked. I
kill
can't
any
remember.
germs.
No, it doesn't.
Eventually, you're
Right.
just gonna
Now
get
that
the
I
grass
think
to
about it.
grow up, and then the pea gravel's gonna sink into the sand, and
Yeah,
then
that's
it's
true.
gone.
Yeah, the best thing is the concrete slab.
You're right.
so I think for right now, if we move forward with the sauce property, with Gus and Chris kind of working that, and maybe purchase 2 of these smaller kennels, because they're mobile.
Yeah, I mean, if they're easy.
They don't have to be
easily
in
moved.
one place. If we need it for a containment for a vicious dog, we put it off to the side where it's not near
Yeah.
other animals. But at least we have something that we can use in the meantime, and it's relatively inexpensive. And then we need to really work on,
And then it can be used too, once we have a facility, it could be used for fosters to
exactly,
borrow. Like, hey, can you hold this dog, but it can only stay outside,
yeah.
then at least there's
Okay.
something.
So are you okay with that, Doug? We'll pass on this. We'll go with the cheaper,
A welded fence.
the welded fence cage. And then,
And then you could anchor that to the concrete.
oh, I'm sure.
You just
Otherwise, the dogs are just gonna
you need a compressor.
pick it up and move it.
You just need a compressor. Like the gun in the compressor.
Yeah, we can do all that.
Easy.
And there were a couple of links for Pet Pro Supply Company, but it was very similar to what you had
Is this your phone?
pointed out there. Yeah, why is it ringing?
No, no. I just wanted to make sure in case someone texted you.
Where was it?
It was there, but I thought I heard it stop flashing.
That's my other phone that flashes.
Oh, which one? Your
This
work
one.
phone? Is
My
that your?
personal phone.
Oh, okay.
You must know. So, okay, so we talked about temporary containment facilities.
All right.
Okay,
Next.
Alderman Thomasini?
Okay, discuss and possible action on procedures and policies for the city's foster and adoption program. And the reason I left this one on there is because the attorney wants us to have guidelines and waivers. And we,
Yep.
I mean,
Guidelines
we're
and
doing
waivers?
everything we're doing, but she wants them written out. She
Absolutely.
wants them all written out.
Huge liability.
Yeah. And I was able to get, just about every city has one. And all of the waivers are different, all of the programs are different. It's just a wide variety of stuff. And this one is for Bryan, Texas. Fostering and orientation packet. Some places even have classes that you go to before you
That is
are
ideal.
allowed to do it. And they make you sign and by the looks of it, they don't let just anybody foster and adopt.
No, they don't.
A lot of these places are pretty strict, actually. And some of them even come back to check to see if you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, that you were supposed to be doing.
A lot of
Inspect
places
what you
do that now.
expect.
Yeah. So
It's like fostering a child.
it's almost worse.
It's
But-
oh, what's his name right
I don't think we're gonna come up with a program all
Did
on
you
our
find
own
it?
today,
You want to
but
see another picture?
this one looks pretty
Did you
good.
get
Guideline.
Yeah, it's for Bryan, Texas. If I can look at that one.
Which one?
And of course, we'd have to make some changes, and we may not want everything that's in there.
You don't want to copy all their ideas.
Yeah, we might have to change the name of the
Gotta make it
city.
sound like something like your own
And that's San Antonio's adoption.
application,
Yeah. And Austin even had a manual.
What are we chopping?
You
Liver?
Chop
don't
liver.
get none.
You're not paying
You
attention.
can, I know it, you can pass this down, I already know what these say.
Oh, you already know.
Look, I've
But-
signed these so many times.
Well, it probably
But
is.
it's good.
I did one of these one for.
It's good information because there's
Lois.
so many things on there you just don't think about.
Yeah, there is.
And
There really is. When I read through
To
it.
have a person foster, you need to be able to provide them good support.
On
So
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
I
and
need to
one of
turn
them
my
that
phone on,
was
sorry.
even, that I.
That one
never
is.
thought
This
of
That's
was-
why I was saying I wouldn't be able to have one at my
There's-
house, but I could
I think
definitely help
it's,
out.
I
with
think it's
everything
that
else.
one. They have a statement in there, if
Live
we
on
have,
friend's
if we
property.
have to put your dog, kill your dog because it gets sick after you get it or something, not the exact words, but are you ready for that? Can you
Sure.
put up with it?
It's like taking care
About
of a baby.
euthanizing.
Are you ready for a baby? You ready for a dog?
Yeah.
Pick one.
And then if we have to come back and get it, and it even talks about, if you adopt one out, if you want to surrender it back because it's just not working out with your family.
Yeah,
It has the procedure for doing that, so it does have a lot of stuff that you said, like you said, that just wouldn't be thought about, rather than just giving a dog.
It is hot in here.
So,
Yeah, there's
So
a
how many
whole lot of
fosters do
stuff
we
in
have?
this.
One,
That's not true.
two.
That's not true.
I mean,
Just because I can count them on one hand.
I just thought that was interesting stuff.
That one right there is a good read.
City of Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got Julie fosters dogs and cats.
And I don't know,
She
do you
just
think
did
we,
kittens.
do you think we need a
And then
manual?
Michelle.
Well, it is ideal because if not, someone, probably me, is going to get blown up with, what do I do about this? What do I do about this? And I can at least say, hey, did you read your manual? This is what you do.
Oh,
This
okay.
is our protocol. So yes, it is ideal to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it even has
sure.
a number you can call in emergencies and stuff like that in here.
And that, I mean, just opening up a foster program is a whole other realm of the scope of besides what's on this
Liabilities.
table.
Yeah.
It's a huge liability. It's a huge, you gotta have a plan B. This dog bit me. This dog peed on my couch. I'm not fostering anymore. This dog, whatever,
Do we
ate
even
my
want to open
dinner.
ourselves up to it?
Yeah.
It's huge. It's huge. So it's, I mean, I think keeping the number smaller and then them holding it while we plead to rescue is ideal. Would, I feel like, take a lot of liability off of the potential of the things that could possibly happen.
Okay.
Like how Michelle's out chasing a foster dog right now. That's not
Yeah.
microchipped or anything.
Lovely.
So you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I do.
If you and is the foster can be able to take it to the vet for its shots? Is the foster can be able
Now,
to
is
take
this
it
person
up?
a foster, or are they the ones that are
She's
rescued it?
fostering for the rescue that's up
Oh.
north. Lorena works with this said rescue.
Oh, is it
and I
Lorena-
vetted the rescue. We're-
Lorena De Leon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we're good to go. Got the thumbs up, and so Lorena is doing it until, I believe Art was Heartland positive.
He was.
Yes, so they won't take him until he tests negative. So that means Lorena has to hold him. That's several months.
Oh my.
And he got out.
And he got out. So,
Oh, man.
And I didn't want to give this to the attorney because she'll charge us for reading over and looking at it, but I don't know how else we would
Can I see it?
do that.
Well,
I mean, to make sure that it's what she would
I can
agree.
type it up and then send it to her, but she's still gonna have to read over it regardless.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
My thought. Do you think?
yes, but it's okay. I mean, that's what she's for, is to protect the interests of the city.
But are we
and-
going to do the fostering?
Well, I think,
I feel as though we should, as soon as though,
Half the dogs in the neighborhood
I
belong
had
to
sick.
the
I
neighborhood.
had sick dogs at my house, and that could have not gone quite as well if I had chosen it to. If I would have chosen the route that I didn't take,
And some fosters, I mean,
and just
Because she'll probably spend
there's
quite
some
a few
dogs
hours
that
on
maybe
this.
they need it, until they
Yeah.
can't be held wherever. I mean, I feel
so
like
I think if you
Sure.
can get that into PDF, you might be able to manipulate it by taking out things that don't apply and putting in what does.
Can I keep this one, or do you want?
Yeah.
I can make
Well,
a
you're
copy.
gonna need,
Yeah, that's fine.
you're gonna need the source document to work it in Foxit. So
mean
did
off
it come
the-
off the website?
Yeah, I just got it off.
Okay.
Yeah. And this
Send
one,
her the link
and
where
the
that
one-
was.
It's Bryan, Texas. It's
Yeah, I can find
Austin
it.
Pets
Okay.
Live probably has a good one too. If you
Who?
want to, Austin Pets Alive. You have that's who you have.
That's the manual. I don't know if you.
Uh-huh.
You want me to keep
Yeah,
that?
I've heard of them. They're good.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good organization.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Austin Animal Center is fostering the optimal animal.
Are y'all also working with,
And,
So is this
rescue
basically
out of
kind of the
state,
same, oh, this is just
taking
a.
out?
well, no,
Brian's
one's from one's an Austin manual, and the other one's just from Bryan, Texas.
But are they basically the same thing where
Uh,
kind of like an
no.
agreement and?
Yeah, well, yeah, they are that. It's just that the Austin one goes into a whole lot more detail.
The Austin one just gives a lot of links on some of these last
Yeah.
pages, how to
Yeah.
introduce your dogs to each other, and then there's a hyperlink to Huffington Post.
Yeah.
Of course they did out of Austin.
So.
And I have a question too. If maybe this we could bring it up at the next meeting if you need to ask the attorney. So say the dogs that I'm cleaning to rescues and that they're taking, do we need to document where they're going? Of course. Is there anything from another rescue that I need? Like when a rescue transfers animals to like the Humane Society, you sign a waiver.
Oh, here's the waiver right here. There's a copy.
So what
Here's
you're
a
saying
copy
is
of
when we transfer it to the rescue, that we have a waiver that kind of relinquishes our, I think that's a good idea.
Because like right now Lorena has that dog and I have nothing in writing.
No, she doesn't have that dog. She thought she had that dog.
Yeah.
That dog is loose.
He came back, once you start calling for him, because when he
That's
got
what
loose,
Michelle said. She's like, I'm gonna go look for him.
Yeah.
She felt bad.
because he could have gotten loose out here in the middle of the night, I don't know. He literally bent from the inside, was able to get the door
Sure, he's
open
determined.
and bend the nail so that the,
He's looking for his owner. That's
It
why.
has a lever on the door, and he was able to open the door, but they had tied it to a nail with a leash.
screw.
And he bent that, he was out.
he pulled that door enough and bent it. And so the leash, once it started bending, the leash slipped right off.
I feel
And then the
so-
door opened and he was like, okay, goodbye.
I feel so bad for bringing that problem child here.
But we called and called for him all of a sudden. Chris looked out
Yeah,
and he
that
was like,
was
oh,
me.
there's
And
our.
maybe if we ask her to review one instead of just trying to develop a whole new one, it won't cost as much. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because those all have, especially the one with Austin, covers every scenario possible,
Mm-hmm.
and it has got links already there. I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
that's a
We
good
don't need to
idea.
That's all the
reinvent the
work.
wheel, exactly.
it's already
Yeah.
there.
Okay, so, and Doug, what Lynette was talking about was on item 4, having some kind of a waiver or sign-off between the city and the foster program.
Yeah.
I don't know that we need to know where they go after that.
No, I just need some documentation to release any liability of where the pet's going.
Once
Yes.
the leash is handed over.
Yeah,
Now, Lorena has that dog. This is that rescue's. I'd have to look it up. That rescue's problem.
but do we need qualifications on the rescues? Do they need to
That's
be
what I've been-
registered 501c3s?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's,
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yes. Let's just say yes because, and if it has to be handled differently.
no,
then
I'm just.
I don't think so. I think a 501 should be.
I think
the
that would be
route that we
sufficient,
go.
yeah.
Because if something goes wrong with that dog while it's there, we have recourse.
Exactly. Okay, so we need some kind of, do you have a sample or something we
I
could
can
use?
grab one from the Humane Society.
Okay,
That'd be awesome.
yeah, that'd
I can
be,
grab one.
that way we're not
Sure. I mean,
reinventing.
it's just, and it's something that they could fax over the rescue to the city. Hey, we're taking over for this dog. This is what's going to do. Like I can get Michelle. She talked to the foster rescue coordinator for the rescue that's taking over for Art. Tell them to email you a release, sign, and take it over
Okay.
for when we send out a state.
And
like
so
that.
we would, and again, one of the things I'm trying to get my head around for the upcoming meeting is how many animals have we taken in? And see, we don't know all the dispositions of, we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here, but the, I have.
I think of all the animals we've taken in.
Well, I
wanna
have
say
the
3
bills
were
that have been
euthanized.
paid, but what I don't know is what is the quantity and how many went to rescue, kind of where we're at. And by having the intake form, the vet bills, whatever it is that we paid for that particular animal, and then the waiver, the sign off, then it's a complete file.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I sent you the ones I had from Anne. I have those. And then the one you sent me, I mean, I could think about it. I could, sure, and then with the bills.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that way we'd be able to, because what I've also mentioned, I don't know if you've looked at the city website, but they've added the animal control thing, and they have like Art and Heather's picture, and then Sissy's picture is a
Looks
Success
like-
story.
success story.
looks
But I want to
like-
see all the historical stuff, so that at any point in time, anybody could go look and see,
Sure. What's been going on?
yeah, what's been going on.
Yeah, some of the cities had, you could look through the dogs, they have pictures of dogs that they had in their shelters, and you
Right.
tried to pick what, you know.
Well, we're not holding them long enough
Oh,
to
I
be
know,
adopted.
but- I know, I know.
That's not what we got going
Just
here.
long enough to be claimed or rescued.
Yeah.
But, I
Okay.
mean, it's possible, I guess, if someone says.
Are we picking up any dogs that are attacking people, or
We
are we getting any
have.
calls about that?
Not attacking people, we have a call on animal attack.
Yeah.
Killed the dog. Well, it didn't kill it, but it had to be put down.
Yolanda's.
And he went over there, but no one was home.
Yeah,
And Yolanda was.
How about people on animals?
yeah, I know.
Anyway,
Okay, so you're gonna, Doug, you're gonna get a release?
I'll get you a
Okay.
waiver,
Perfect.
guideline.
And you're gonna
sure.
edit all of it and then send it to the, that'd probably be cheaper that way than asking her to just come up
Exactly.
with one.
Exactly.
I mean, she said she'd do it, of course she did.
Of course she did.
If you're gonna pay her, I'm sure she'll do
Yeah,
anything.
sure.
Yeah.
Discuss and possible action on spay and neuter programs.
So I have a call tomorrow with, is it Danica? Yes, I have a call with her at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I sent her an email yesterday. Of course, I got the standard canned automated response, but she did try to call me. I missed her call. She sent me an email. She's very excited about this, very excited.
That's the word I got, that she would be the one to go to, so
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
Good.
couldn't talk to her today just because of my work schedule, but I told her I'm flexible, what time works for her. So we have a call at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
It'd
And
be a huge resource,
exactly.
huge.
And this is to do the MOU, which would be for spay, neuter, and vetting.
And they do other things there,
Yeah,
so
right. They're
it'll
full
be a good
service.
resource for the city to.
Well, we can talk about number 7 with that too. So That's what
five
you're
and
talking
seven.
about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but I mentioned to her that the spay neuter is about, the dogs, but we also need to include cats. We need to really
ferals there.
start the TNR for here, so,
Ask her.
okay.
They do.
Yeah, but anyway, so
And then I can have someone, so Sherry Durdak told me, the carpool
you did
thing.
get in touch with her?
Oh, yeah.
I have tried.
Oh, yeah, no, we have history.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't want to have a class out here sponsored by the San Antonio Feral Cats, but I did talk to 2 or 3 ladies that are trap and release experts,
Uh-huh,
and they'll come out here and give a little class.
okay.
And I can help. I mean, it's not.
Well, that's what I told Danica, was that we wanted to create our own TNR program out here. So whatever they
Sure.
can do to help us out would be
Yeah,
great.
I've got some ladies that will totally come help give a class, answer questions, and how to assess and what to do, and how to set the trap, and why we release, and how long to hold them.
Yeah.
Totally.
Do we
So if
open
we
that
can-
up to the public, or?
and there's
Yeah.
Yes,
sure.
absolutely, because they are
Of
the,
course.
When we
They
can
are
do
the
everything,
preppers.
These people need to learn to help themselves if
Well,
we're giving them the resources.
and part of the problem, what I'm hearing from people is that they call and they say, oh, I've got all these cats. I've got 20-something cats. And I say, are you feeding them? And they said, well, yeah. I said, stop doing that. And
Right.
don't feed them on your front porch.
them
Take
out.
them.
take them
Right.
Away from the
take
house.
them to the
And then we
woods.
can educate them on that too, how to
Exactly.
make a feeding station and why the cats aren't bad. It's just
It's like
You
how
gotta quit having so many
at
cats.
Breckenridge
There-
Park they have the feeding houses. All their cats they catch, release, put them,
Oh,
right.
catch, release, put 'em
Yeah,
back.
like they have it
and
in
they,
that too.
they have the feeding houses and they just jump up there, eat the food, they go and do what they do.
There you
There,
go.
And
there
they're
are
real
a few
people-friendly,
people
too.
in the neighborhood too, in the city, that are TNR certified. They've gone through the training.
Right.
That may be willing to help.
Well, sure.
You know?
We just need
I
to
do
put a
have-
call out.
Right, there's a couple ladies that will come out.
Yeah.
There's this one lady, that's all she does. You give her a colony that needs it, she finishes it to the end.
And we can do that
Yeah.
with the mail out. I mean, that could be one of our,
Right, we need to
Postcard
be
mail outs.
alerted to the areas. Where do you have a lot
Exactly.
of cats? So we
Yeah.
know where to set traps, and we'll have to devise a system, because you just can't willy-nilly do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and unfortunately, a lot of the cats that are already acclimated to the area, when you catch them and take care of fixing them, you pretty much gotta put them back to where
Yeah.
they came from.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
there's nothing wrong. I mean, I really don't see that many run over cats here. Like I said, out of all my years here,
I've
picked up
seen
2
5.
cats.
I've seen 5.
You know,
Pancake.
so
Yeah, I've
it's
seen
not.
5.
Stop it.
And that's in comparison to how many are loose.
Well, we
You know,
catch all
it's
the
a small
dogs, there might be
number.
getting
Where
a
my,
few more
where one
cats.
of my friends lives, it's Copper Canyon
That
and
you know, that's honestly true.
I know it.
Black Cherry to the left. There's a house across from hers that has a few cats that come
I've heard
from
of
over
that
and go
area,
over to
yeah.
there. Well,
That's one of the ladies that has,
she
she called
drives
me
me
about.
nuts. Her
What
one.
cats?
Yes, there's
Oh,
another,
she's got a lot. And
there's
they come
another
out,
guy,
like
he
I
says
said,
they
you know, the
counted
pregnant cat I
28
told you
cats
about that one under the
on this
deck,
property.
the house across the street. That's the pregnant cat going underneath my
Yeah.
friend's deck, and
yeah, and if you don't,
I'm just
if
like,
you
what's up
don't
with the cats?
spay neuter, we will never get this
Yeah.
this situation under
And
control.
I'm gonna
Have to.
add to
and I
this
keep
pot
saying I'm gonna put a
because
cage out and I'm gonna catch him.
my neighbors
She's not gonna get him back.
have 4 or 5, and I don't know how many are male, and I don't know how many are female. 2 I'm pretty sure are female, because they used to like to come visit Tigger. Anyway,
Tigger
She-
wasn't neutered?
don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. But they're young, and they're gonna be ready to go anytime.
Yeah. So yeah,
think I
all
heard it
that's,
first.
It's gonna
year.
happen often.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
one
the
that
first
cross on Skylar?
What? I don't hear. Skylar, what?
Cats or dogs?
Cat.
There's
There's a house with a real long driveway right
yes,
across from where
that
you are.
that is
And in the
down.
morning, I see
He
the
ha-
cats all lined up on
He
the
told
driveway.
me, they moved in there, and he's one of the ones who told me they have like 28 cats that came with that house. He says, what do we do about
Who
it?
is
We
that?
drive by
It's-
on the.
I
Those
don't
two
know their
guys that
names.
bought that house almost to Skyla. I mean, almost
Where-
to
Almost
Mathis.
in
They had
Mathis,
the big
yes.
garage sale?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Oh,
very
really?
rarely see
Yeah.
their
I knew
cats.
she had like 2 or
It's
3
not
at one
Uh,
time.
cheap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never.
Very
where the big
rarely.
garage sale
Well,
was.
They,
yeah,
they
the
stay
lady
back
that
in the
had-
back by the
2 or
house
3
and
ended up
everything.
turning into 20 probably.
We just
They
saw them
had
one
babies.
morning when we were
Yeah.
driving
Yeah.
out. My son
Yeah.
was like, look at all the cats, Mom.
I don't think they inherited those cats. I
They
think,
did.
Well, but I think because there was only like 3 or 4 hanging around there,
No,
I think they started
I
feeding
s-
those
I
3
saw
or
like
4.
15.
More
Could
started
be.
coming.
the one day I went back by there, I was like, "Good Lord,
Yeah,
where they all
there's a lot of
come from?"
cats
There's
there.
like
Yeah, we
15
need
in the
to-
driveway.
We need to
Okay,
talk
so
to
I'll
them.
get more information on the spay neuter program tomorrow. So we can
You're gonna
check
be so
off,
happy. It's such a-
and we can check off number 7, I guess, because that's happening tomorrow as well.
Okay.
And we plan to have these on our Thursday city council agenda, okay?
I saw the agenda. I was loving it.
So we have number 6.
We have number 6.
Discuss and possible action on Pet Point Management System software.
This one,
All 3 of these.
Yeah.
all 3.
Yeah, the Pet Watch and Pet Point, that's all together.
And I'm gonna let Catherine talk about this one because she kind of did the research on this.
Which one we doing first,
All
ma'am?
3 of, well, it all came together.
Yeah.
So, all this came from Bear County. I reached out and asked them who they use, and they sent me the link, which was Pet Point. So what they do is they set up a website for, or, you know, our data and stuff. And it goes from start to finish with the animal. You know, when we took it in until it leaves here, we can put everything in there.
Record keeping.
Record
Okay,
keeping, yeah.
cool.
There was 3 things though, and you read it as well, I'm trying to remember. There was 3 things we have to adhere to. One would be using their chips, and their chips are, microchips are cheaper than when
They were
we
$7.
looked. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually under, I think they were like 6 something.
Okay, so
Yeah, they were
cheaper
under
than what we
7.
can
And
buy
we
them
were
on the
looking
open
at buying them
market.
for 10. Now you have to buy a larger quantity, like 100, but
Well,
100.
I think we'll use
Still.
Yeah.
We
Look.
will use all of
I think
them.
that won't be a
Oh,
problem.
no,
that's a
I don't
problem.
think that's
And then,
a
of
problem
course, they
either.
come-
It's not just dogs, it's cats too.
and it comes with the scanner and everything.
Got a house full of
Um,
cats.
Oh, the scanner comes with it?
No, we have to buy the scanner.
Is there a scanner separate?
thought there was-
it all came
There's a
with it.
picture one.
There's a kit.
Where you at?
This is
Oh, yeah,
not
the
web
T
tools,
chip,
sorry.
The M chip,
No, it
and
comes
the
with
S
the-
chip, standard microchip.
Oh, so we haven't bought a
No,
scanner.
We have
it comes
not.
with a reader.
Well,
I
and
think.
And Doug, what we were trying to do at our last meeting when we approved making the purchase was to find out what kind of pricing we could get through Bear County's contract.
Yeah.
So it's much cheaper
I
to go this
remember
route.
that, yeah.
Yeah, because we've already approved it.
We've already approved the purchase of the chip. I just want to make sure, because Lynette and Julie are really knowledgeable on this stuff. So if this works, then we can just move forward with this.
Yes, I think this is
The
great.
other thing was that we agree that when we have dogs or cats up for adoption or adoptable, that we push them out to certain websites that they use, like 24 Pet Watch or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, because people look online.
Oh, yeah, they do
Yeah,
all
they
the
were, like I
time.
said, the
By chance,
microchips.
One of us is holding a dog that's already vetted and then, may get lucky.
Oh, and then the other
There's-
one was their, what was it? Using their database for the chip or something.
Yes, the
And the
registration
chip was
for the
free
chip.
registration, the,
If we use
That's
their
great.
chip and then the registration was free.
yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's cool.
So even better,
That is even better.
yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. That we encourage, there's an insurance that they get
Oh,
for,
yeah.
for 1
Pet
month
insurance.
free. Yeah, pet insurance for 1 month free. So that we basically let them know you have a month free of insurance, and this is the material that if you want to continue the insurance. So we try to,
We're helping
Sell
them.
their-
We're
Sure,
selling their
Help them,
service.
help us,
Sure,
help
sure.
them.
Yeah.
and the whole thing is free except for there's a $500 setup fee,
I
I
thought the
think.
setup was free.
There was $500.
Is it this one?
Too many papers.
But even still, I mean, $500 for an entire,
Well, I like
Data
the
management
the intake portion of it.
Yes.
And it interfaces, from what I understand, I think CJ's looked at it, there is an integration piece to our website so that
You can post
you
your
can
stuff.
post and it feeds to the
Yeah, yeah,
website,
that's one
which
of the
is
things.
nice, because then you don't have to wait on somebody to update the website.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah. And we would, of course, limit that to
Happy Tales is one of them.
authorized
Oh,
people
yeah.
to, that would be doing the intakes and stuff. Yeah, I thought I saw,
Catherine, do you have another copy of that web tools one?
here, you can
Which
have,
one? The pet print, the web tools?
here, you can have this one. Pass that down to her.
Thank you.
This is handy. Right, all this stuff right there. That's how. Like that's how the rescues market their dogs. That's so when you are looking for a dog anywhere, you can type it in. And it's got all the resources.
This sounds pretty cool.
So who has to put them on there? We put them on there?
On what, the web?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an interface that would allow, say Lynette or Julie to do an intake form, or Chris, whoever's doing it,
Right.
and it would feed into our website. So you manage it off-site, off the website, but you feed it to the website.
Oh, she also said to look at this Million Cat
I
Challenge.
did. I
they
still, I looked at it. I did look at it, and I still have it bookmarked here. It's
okay.
called, it's not called that. It's called Million Cat Challenge right here. But it's a partnership. Oh, of course, there it goes. Come back here. It's a partnership between UC Davis and some, UC Davis Court Shelter Medicine Program and Maddie Shelter Medicine Program at University of Florida. And I'm not quite sure what the intent of it is. I started looking at it and I wasn't quite, I mean, I get the gist. They're wanting to address the cat population, but I didn't see, other than just encouraging people to take the cats and get them spayed. That's pretty much what I got from it, but there may be more. But I think it's more of a TNR type approach here. And it started out as the 100, I think it said it started out as the 100,000 cat thing, and they exceeded that like immediately. The Million Cat Challenge is a shelter-based campaign to save the lives of 1 million cats in North America over the course of 5 years. Core strategy of the campaign will be 5 key initiatives that will offer every shelter in every community practical choices to reduce euthanasia, increase live outcomes, and assure humane care for every cat in the shelter. So it's another
An assistant
aspect of the program.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the software that we would get, it's what they call their discount model. So there's probably larger models out there that you could pay for, but this one, it says it's 100% discount, so a total annual fee of $0. Discounts on microchips, including no registration fees for you or your adopters. And that is if we wish to participate in the following. So promote the pet insurance program, 24 Pet Watch pet insurance program. So they help to cover the cost of medical care in the first 30 days, and then they can, move it on to themselves. Implement the 24 Pet Watch microchip and lost pet recovery program, including microchipping all of our dogs and cats exclusively with that microchip, unless they were microchipped prior to coming to us, of course. They don't charge registration fees. And then the other one was automatically publish adoptable animals in Pet Point to Pet Tango and to your own website. So it's just Pet Tango that we are required to publish to.
Plus, we do it on our website too.
Yeah.
So it says to help ensure you're set up for long-term success and maximize use of the system, when you sign up for PetPoint database, you'll receive personal support from our onboarding specialist. We do ask for a one-time $500 onboarding fee to help offset the cost of this personalized level of support. So it's just mainly to...
If you need, right, you're going to pay that $500 so someone could chat in with you if you don't know how to post a pet.
Or to help us build the database.
Right. How to do
Specific
it.
to our needs and get rid of some stuff that we don't need.
Yeah.
So-
And then it said that microchips are, orders of at least 100 are $635 per chip.
That's cheap.
And that's
That
the
is.
standard microchip. We could go with the mini chip, and those are $795.
What's it, just the size?
I think it's
These-
the-
it's in here, it
the
talks
The
about
small
them.
gauge is the biggest.
There's the temperature chip, the mini chip, and the standard chip.
So the mini chip probably hurts less.
Mini chip's smaller. Standard
Offers
is-
a less invasive choice over the standard RFID
Mini chip
microchip
helps with
technology
smaller
for use
animals,
in
too.
cats, kittens, and small breed
Yeah, small
dogs.
animals. The other one's a
So-
temperature thing, so you'll never have to do like a rectal thermometer on them. The T-chip. So you don't ever have to check the temperature, you can pull it up and
That's
it
okay.
tells you.
Oh, neat.
I couldn't use that.
So we could order 100 of each. The
That's-
small ones and the big ones.
that's
'Cause for
what
the
I was
small
thinking,
dogs and
yeah.
cats, you're
The
gonna want the
cats
small
and
ones,
the
right? No?
Chihuahuas.
She said no? Just
No.
standard's good?
Standard
Okay.
for all
I
of
mean,
them.
I've always paid for
Because
that.
otherwise, that's $800 for one,
I don't know if y'all want these special
almost
or not.
$900.
Because I don't.
Where are you getting $900?
Well, they're $795. You have to
Oh,
buy at least
That's for the
100.
small chip.
Yeah, if she
Yeah.
bought small. If she bought the microchip,
What's
that's,
the standard?
Standard chip.
yeah, one size, right?
Standard is what says.
What is it? One size fits all?
$635.
$635
Put
each.
that microchip in there.
Now, the scanner is free with this?
I thought, but maybe not. I'll have to double check. I just assumed it was, but
It only hurts for a minute.
Most dogs don't even feed it.
No, my cat didn't hurt.
Oh, it has?
We might have to buy yours.
It's a big deal.
It says 1-year
I mean,
warranty.
it's
Okay,
not
but we've
recommended.
agreed, we've already authorized the
You buy a
purchase.
car,
I wanna
like
say
getting
not
a
to
friend
exceed
or family.
$750.
Okay,
I
well,
think that was
maybe
the number
my
from the
dog
last
then.
meeting.
It's
I
just like
just
getting
did
your
it.
ear
For
pierced,
this?
really.
My dog
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, we just need to find out what it is.
That should cover
Some
the
dogs
chips
can do
and
it.
the
That's
scanner,
what I'm
maybe.
thinking.
The
Yeah.
dramatic ones.
Well, the actual, the gun that they use for
1,000?
microchips.
Oh,
wow,
it's like
that'll
piercing
cover it
guns.
right
So
there.
I say get 100 of those,
They did it to my dog, he just can't look up.
get this,
Yeah,
My
it's
dog
not
didn't
awesome.
care.
and then,
But I wonder, I don't know if we can get that cost
My
until
cat,
we
though, he
sign
went all
up
over the table.
for everything.
we'll find out,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had him by the scruff, but he was like, trying to go.
Because I think it said something about
We ended up having to wrap him up. in a
they're
towel.
available to Pet Point
He
users.
didn't like that.
Pet Point being the database.
Yeah.
To keep
So
his
they're
legs.
available to us at
Some
a
people.
discounted rate.
Some
I don't know
places
what
don't
they're
have
Okay.
the bag, you know. the
So
cat
we
bag.
may have to
Sign up for
pay the
the,
$500 onboarding.
My cat
that's
was
what
like
it sounded like just now.
until he got
Yeah,
bigger,
you
and then
gotta,
he
sound
was
like you gotta do
cat.
that to get started.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, she just checked,
I
we,
love
at our
that.
last meeting, we authorized it not to exceed of $1,000.
Oh,
that
I
was
see
for the
what you-
microchips
So
and the
that's
scanner.
500 of it right there. And then if we go with the I wrote 635.
635.
That's 635 for the chips alone without the scanner. So we have it on our agenda for additional discussion if we need to authorize more money for this, like the scanner or whatever we need to get going. So I'll let Catherine, she'll give me the information on.
The scanner would help, especially if you
Well, we
pick
need
up
the
an
scanner.
animal.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
definitely.
If
yeah.
you, because that scanner not only reads these chips, it reads the other ones
Exactly.
too. It said
It's
it
a
would help if you
universal.
pick up an animal and be like, oh, okay, this belongs to this person. Go to that address.
Well,
try
and
to
see what
return
we've
it, or
been
get a
doing
hold of
is,
the cut,
is
you
we
know.
don't have a scanner, so we take them to the vet, because we're gonna have them vetted anyway.
But that would help. So you
Well,
wouldn't
it
have
would.
to take them to the vet and see if you can find the owner first
Yeah.
before you end up having to go through all those transactions.
So everyone's on board that this is definitely the way to go. I think so too. So we will,
I need to order my own, so it'll be easy. We were talking about ordering 2 scanners, but I think I'm gonna order my own, so we can share like in the group.
Yeah, I was just thinking that
That way
because,
Chris
you
can
know,
have
Chris
one.
can have one, and then whoever's doing the most picking up of the animals should have one too. You know, I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
we kinda-
Lynette or
kinda
Julie or
Well, I
Michelle,
can see
but
what the
Y'all might
prices
save
are
See
of
what
the
it is.
scanners
money
and.
with
Yeah.
having one too.
see what it would be for 2.
yeah,
You would save a
because
lot
you
more
might
money.
even get a discount for getting
Buying
2
an
scanners.
alternative
You
one.
never know.
You won't be spending money on a vet clinic, and you can use it towards something that we
And
need.
100 of the standard
Yeah.
chips. Okay. Okay. So Lynette, have you got, I know Chris is working on it as well, intake numbers, dispositions on animals? And
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I told you I would, I just have to think about it, let me think about it tonight and I'll.
Thursday's the meeting, and I
Yeah.
want, okay. And then, there was something, the agenda's already been published, so all I put on there was, flea and tick treatment and dewormer.
I would keep it basic, yes. for
Okay.
now.
Okay,
So are we getting a price from you, or what are we talking about when we talk about?
well, I don't know, because
Well,
that's
let's
what we
go
were
ahead.
looking at
You wanna go
this.
ahead and-
Oh, yeah, we need to
Yeah,
close the meeting.
Yeah, it's close to it.
Because it's not on the agenda.
It's not, is
my
it?
goodness.
Well,
Yes.
let's just, who's gonna make a motion?
Motion to adjourn. Oh.
There we go.
What time is it?
If somebody-
Second.
All right, then it's
35.
7:35.
Like an hour, that's not bad. Okay.
Good.